The wind howled against the wooden cabin, snow whipping across the valley. The door creaked open and a tall mountain man stepped out, coat pulled tight against the cold. His voice cut sharp through the storm. "You? What are you doing here?" Before him stood a weary woman, her dress tattered, her shawl thin against the freezing air. In one hand she clutched a leather trunk, in the other a crumpled letter. Her belly round with child trembled as she spoke. "You paid me for food, sir, but I bring more than bread and meat." He scoffed, his jaw tightening. This was not what he expected. He had left gold coins with the town's widow, thinking only of survival, of salted pork and flour. Yet here she was, on his doorstep in the dead of winter, carrying not only supplies but a story carved deep in sorrow. The silence stretched heavy until she forced the letter into his hand. His rough fingers unfolded it. The ink was smudged, but the words burned clear. "If I do not survive the birth, please see my child safe. His father died in the mines. I have no one left." He narrowed his eyes, anger masking the sting in his chest. "Why bring this to me? I'm no nursemaid. I asked for food, not burdens." Her voice cracked, but her gaze was steel. "Because you're the only man in these mountains strong enough to protect what's innocent, and because I had no choice, the storm took the roads. My time is near. You will either send me away to die or let me in." He turned, pacing toward the door, torn between fury and the firelight calling behind him. His whole life had been solitude, silence, and strength. He trusted no one, owed no one, yet something in her trembling hands stopped him from shutting her out. Inside the cabin, the crackling fire threw long shadows. She sank to the floor, clutching her belly, the pain already twisting through her. He fed her broth, held her steady, whispered clumsy words he hadn't spoken in years. And when the child's first cry pierced the night, his own knees buckled. A baby girl, small, fragile, but alive. The widow's tears flowed as she pressed the infant to her chest, but her body was weak, her voice fading. She promised me," she gasped, eyes locking onto his. "Promise me you'll protect her. Don't let her grow in hunger. Don't let her grow in loneliness." He swallowed hard, his rugged face breaking, years of stone cracking open. "I promise." She smiled faintly, whispering a name for the child before sleep claimed her. For days she hovered between life and death. He never left her side, never let the fire die, never let the baby cry without comfort. And when at last she opened her eyes again, she found the mountain man cradling the infant in arms that once knew only axes and rifles. His voice, rough as gravel, hummed a broken lullaby. She stared, stunned. This man, this stranger who had pushed her away, was holding her child with more tenderness than she had ever seen. He looked at her then, and the walls of his silence crumbled. "You asked for protection, but this little one, she's given me something too. A reason to live again." Her lips trembled, her eyes wide. She had thought that she was the burden. She had thought she was intruding. But in truth, she had brought him back to life. The cabin was no longer a place of loneliness. It was a home, reborn from ashes. And as the snow melted with spring, the valley whispered of a mountain man who had once lived only for survival, but who now lived for family. Because sometimes what you think is a burden is actually the very gift that saves you. So, never shut your door to someone in need. You might be turning away the miracle meant to heal you. If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments.